Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a white outdoor Super 54-inch zero-turn lawnmower. I'll show you a step-by-step easy way to remove and replace the motor. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I got the back end jacked up. This one here is a 26 horsepower, 44 cubic inch Briggs & Stratton engine on it. So what we're going to do first is unhook the throttle cable. And right up here is our choke cable. Get that stuff unhooked. Some zero turns on the muffler, it sits above the frame so you can take the whole muffler and pipes off, but this one here we have to take the pipes right off the engine because the muffler is sitting below. Then we get them two unhooked. And we're going to come over this side over here. There's a wiring harness, and we're going to unhook that. It's just a clip type. Then we got to hook the power wire from the starter, and that's a 7/16. So we'll go ahead and loosen this nut on the starter. Go ahead and pop the cable off. I like to put the nut right back on the starter so I don't lose it. Then we got this plug-in harness right here. Just squeeze it and pop it off. And all the wiring should be unhooked from the motor. Jack it up a little bit more and we'll take the two exhaust pipes off the heads. That'll be our next job. Okay, now we'll take the exhaust bolts out. I believe they're 1/2 inch. Yeah, a lot of zero turns don't have this whole back end behind the motors open, so you don't have to worry about taking these off, but some you do. Okay, now I can jack up some more. We gotta take the PTO clutch off and stuff. Okay, here's our PTO clutch. We gotta take this belt off that clutch. And it should be a 5/8 nut holding that clutch on. We have to unhook the wires to the clutch. That's a big old oily mess under there. Go ahead and take this PTO clutch off. And can't lose this washer because that goes up here. Well, let's set this down out of the way here. Now we got this top pulley here that runs your two hydros. Go ahead and take that pulley off, and the one that goes towards the PTO is longer than the one that goes towards the motors, so we have to remember that when we put it back together again. Now we can take the bolts out that hold the motor down. Okay, there are 9/16 on this one, and they're the self-tapping bolts that go into the bottom of the motor, so don't worry about no nuts on top we have to hold. Anyways, there's 4 of them. Two on each side. Take that flat idler pulley off. Okay, now we can lower it back down again. We got to unhook the fuel line, and we should be ready to take it on out of there. And on these Briggs, the fuel line goes right up to the fuel pump, and they're plastic, so be careful when you pull them off so you don't break off that little nipple there. Let's grab our motor and pull it right on out of there. Okay, now we can reinstall the engine. Go ahead and get it set in there about where it's supposed to be. Then we'll go ahead and jack it up so we can get some of the motor bolts started. And we'll get our holes lined up. Get these bolts started here. We'll go ahead and tighten them up. Now we hook up that idler pulley so we can get our hydro belt all on and make sure it's on both pulleys on the transmission. Go ahead and get that tightened up. Now we can put our pulley on for the transmission. Kind of twist it on. Bring it up and just double check so your belt's on the hydro pulleys and the idler pulley. Now we got to put our clutch on, and we add the spacer. And just turn it till the keyway gets on there. And hook it into place. Okay, now we can tighten that up. And that's a 5/8. Okay, now we can put the belt on for the blades. And as you bring that back, make sure it's on all the pulleys on the deck and pop that in place. Now we're lower it down a little bit and hook up the muffler pipes. Easiest way to do that is put your bolt on your wrench and go ahead and stick it through the hole. And just get that one started. Go ahead and snug them down. Now we'll go ahead and do the other side. Just get it started till we get the other side. And you don't want to strip the holes out. Now I'll grab the pliers here and hook up the fuel line to the fuel pump. Put it back in the clamps for the fuel line here. Now we'll hook up the choke. And grab the torque screwdriver. And we'll go ahead and tighten that up. Now we'll do the throttle cable. Have the throttle set on idle, so we'll pull the cable back so it's in the straight up and down position. And I'll go over to the throttle over here and make sure it's working properly. And run the choke. Okay, all that's done. So now we just gotta hook up the wiring harness clip and the battery, and it should be about done. Okay, we'll hook the starter wire back up. I had the nut on the starter. Take it off. And we'll use our 7/16" wrench to tighten her up. You gotta be careful when you tighten these up, because where the bolt goes in the starter, it's a plastic piece that goes to the brush. You gotta be careful so you don't break that. And just clip in our wiring harness here till it clicks. That's pretty much it. I hope that video helped you out. I appreciate you watching the videos. Anyways, you have a good afternoon. Thanks for watching.